Now, can you tell us more about what the conversations or the talks were between the secretary and the Israeli officials?
Yes, so Israel has feels that international support is really important and has been very pleased with the American response. Secretary of State Antony Blinken gave a fairly emotional speech. I mean, he's not a particularly known to be so emotional, and he said that he's coming not only as a diplomat but as a Jew. He just said he has relatives who were killed in the Holocaust and talked about how he feels about, the Hamas attacks on Israel. Pretty strong statements. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said that Israel's committed to wiping out Hamas and will not stop until that happens. Israel and Hamas have fought half a dozen battles back and forth every few years. There's kind of a mini war, and I think this time there's an Israeli decision that they want to remove Hamas completely from controlling Gaza.
Now, Linda, there's calls to allow essential supplies into Gaza. What has been Israel government's response?
Well, the Israeli government says that as long as Hamas is holding hostages, anywhere between 100 and 150, including several dozen dual nationals, including Americans, one of whom I know, Israel will not allow humanitarian supplies in. There was a convoy yesterday that came from Egypt, and Israel bombed the road so that the convoy couldn't continue. And Israel says that it's going to put pressure on Hamas to release those hostages. Hamas officials say there will be no negotiations on the hostages until the fighting ends.
Is there any concern that Israel, from an optical point of view, could be viewed to be going a little overboard?
Yeah, well, there is concern. Look, I mean, it's clear that Hamas started this conflict. Israel has the bodies of 1,500 Hamas gunmen who breached the border between Gaza and Israel, went into agricultural settlements, went into this music party in the forest, and just murdered civilians, some in incredibly brutal ways. So Israel does have world support, and I think there is support for an Israeli reaction against Hamas. That said, as the death toll in Gaza of innocent civilians continues to climb, I think it is likely that there will be pressure on Israel to stop its bombings in Gaza.